Adiati ebio ifendi zebele ya zeje ya jiya venko adedibo. Adiache. What's up, Ghana? This is the medal out of 600. You can call me 600 the gold. And I'm back at you with some news. I'm back at you with some word on the streets. You are live on the word on the streets. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, go to YouTube, kindly type TW6 Network and subscribe if you want to hear more details on these court proceedings. When we say about court proceedings now, Hana headquarters. So yesterday, so many people were texting me, so many people were flooding my DMs. Apparently, oh, yesterday, Kofi Boat, Echo, US, they've extradited him already, and you haven't reported it. Why? Why? Munyina munyabatre. I would urge you all to calm down. So this is it. I saw a couple of blogs posted. DJ Slim posted it, and so many people ran with it. Oh, the boat is going, what, he's been extradited near the chain at and sunny handcuffs, saying what, the federal guys have taken him, Department of Justice has gotten him. And so many people were coming at me. Will you confirm it? Will you confirm it? Know that DJ Slim is just a DJ. DJ Slim is just a DJ. He plays music. So you shouldn't be taking some of these things from DJ Slim. You understand? So I did my search. I talked to my contacts, and they're like, because we all know that Kofi Boat is supposed to report in court on July 1, 2025. So which one is the boat, the brewer? So many people posting it. Other blogs were also suggesting that a Dada Joe remix. Yes, Dada Joe remix. And I didn't call it. But I've searched everywhere tight. I've looked at certain places, even in the US, at least for some news, but everybody is tight-lipped on the issue of Dada Joe remix. But Dada Joe remix there, well, as I say, guilty. So his extradition process, on one side, only a chain first, he was arrested somewhere in May, around 28th May, I think, if my memory serves me right. And he was immediately got to court, he knew that he was guilty. You understand? So his process was always going to be fast. But now let me tell you something. There are so many people still hitting me up. Now let me clarify this once and for all. For the Kofi Boat case, people are saying, these people, do you think you can play with the feds? Do you think the feds are a joke? Please, let me tell you something. Let me clarify this. The feds, we are not using federal laws in Ghana. The RICO that is tied in, that is not the kind of law we are using in Ghana. We do not have the Racketeering Act or the RICO Act in Ghana. No. That is a federal law. So we are not applying federal laws in Ghana. It's when my mama makes the first or the what. Let me tell you how this case can go. On 1st July, let's say they go to court. We all know that his lawyers raised certain points. One, on the admissibility of the case. They pointed out that this whole case is not even $100 million. It's just $300,000. That is tied to Frederick Asante. They pointed out that you arrested him with 3 other people in Ghana, and he does not know them. He's not worked with them before. They also pointed to the admissibility of the extradition, that it didn't go through the diplomatic missions in the US, the Ghana diplomatic missions in the US. So we don't see how this is admissible in court. Let's say that the judge sees all of this and says, no, you still have to go, or I've put out a committal order that they can take you. After that, the court is not the final decision. The final decision is the Interior Minister, Honorable Muntaka Mubarak. He's the one who is going to sign off on it. The court can say, yes, US, you can take him. But the Interior Minister can say, no, you cannot take him because of maybe these and these reasons. Maybe this is maybe racially motivated. Maybe this is politically motivated, so you cannot take him and whatnot. Muntaka Mubarak, Honorable, he has the final say on this issue, not the US. So for people who are thinking, you cannot play with the US, you cannot play with the federal government and whatnot, we are not using the federal laws in Ghana for God's sake or for Christ's sake. You should understand that. Mukosa Zongo platform, rural platforms, then you get it a little bit confused. I'm giving you the source. So don't listen to me and go back to all these platforms, all these DJs, all these musicians who, not musicians actually, all these people break down artists and whatnot, and after that come to me. 600 ago, I tell you the facts, I break down the laws for you to understand. So the person that has the final say in this extradition is Honorable Muntaka Mubarak. The court could go on and release that committee order that, yeah, you can take him. But Honorable Muntaka Mubarak would be the determining factor in this case. So let's say that, okay, again, they have gone to court. The court has approved this extradition. What could Kofi Boat's lawyers do? So Kofi Boat's lawyers could also file a writ of habeas corpus. So with the habeas corpus, they are going to file it in another court. You see, this one is happening in the Gbese District Court. So they are going to file it in a higher court that, the US or these people that are keeping, or the state, should be able to prove beyond reasonable doubt why they want to take him, because he's pointed out so many things. So if they think that they are holding him illegally or unlawfully, they feel that this extradition violates his human rights, or some procedures in the court wasn't adhered to or paid attention to, they could file the writ of the of habeas corpus. That, no, you haven't treated my client fairly. My client pointed out to this. My client pointed out to this. You understand? And the court is going to give them hearing. Today, if the lawyers feel that, no, you are detaining my client against his rights, they could also file for the habeas corpus for a court of competent jurisdiction, on a higher level to the district court, would hear them out and say that, yes, prove to me why you want to keep him in prison. Because let's say you've taken his passport, you've done this, he's not a flight risk, he's not this. So why do you still have him detained? He said he's going to avail himself. Maybe you've taken this. So why do you still want to keep him? Then the people, that's the Department of Justice, pressing the case against him, would have to come and prove that, this and this and this and that. That is why we want to detain him, for the court to listen and say, okay, good. Fine. I've explained it to you that they could still file for what? The writ of habeas corpus, even if the judge passes on July 1 that, these are the possible scenarios. Good. So after that, if the court issues a committal order, that one I've told you about it. So then it goes to the minister. The minister will assess. Then he will check all of it. Then he would sign up on it, and they would go. What if the district court also rejects the extradition request? That would be very interesting, because that could also happen. Then that means Kofi Boat would be immediately released. Or if the government of Ghana thinks Kofi Boat has done something to Ghana, they would have the right to keep him still in their custody and press charges locally, not internationally. Then the US cannot legally pursue him in Ghana. The US cannot legally pursue him in Ghana if the court rejects the extradition request. You understand? So what can the US do in this case? The US would have to go and maybe revise it. That, okay, they pointed this out as an illegality. Then they use diplomatic grounds again. Then they come back. The US has that option also. So what would happen again? So if the court just rejects him, Kofi Boat becomes a hero. Rejects the extradition, Kofi Boat becomes a hero. That is where you see coming to say, we told you this man is a businessman. We told you that maybe this thing is politically motivated. We told you he was racially maybe targeted, or an attack on an African entrepreneur who is doing so well in the world. You understand? They could also play it like that. Now they would begin to polish his image back for him to have his image, and he would be He would be very strong. Then the US could also, in that case, refile the process again. So that is how these are some of the possible outcomes on July. This could happen on July 1st. So I've explained, even if the court releases the committal order that you can take him, they could also file for a habeas corpus. Then if they file for a habeas corpus and that is heard, the US could also use certain routes. I am Emmanuel Adosin, so don't be listening to some of these things on the internet. If you come to the headquarters, here is where we educate you, and that is where you have to listen. My mama cause our platform, Zongo platforms. So then after that, you come and disturb my ear. I am Emmanuel out of 600. You've been live on word on the streets. I've educated you on some of these court proceedings, and I'm signing out.